You can get on our Wi-Fi if you want.
Okay, it says I'm there. Hey y'all, what's going on? It's Misha, and I'm here with one of my amazing, I call her my sister and mentor. She doesn't know the mentor part, Miss Sayuel. She leads a sweat lodge on Moreland. Well,
One time.
A few times we've done a sweat lodge, but you know, as we all know, this so-called thing is kind of stopping us all. And here we are with the other sister over here. And
Tapu family, we are having COVID conversations today, and we just wanted you all to join in and listen, because it is a lot going on, and we all need to be aware of what's going on.
Absolutely.
And so I wanted you all to hear our elder, who is talking about viruses, because some people are saying this is an airborne virus.
Yeah.
And it is not, because if it was...
Hey, Shawnee Media. Hey, Rahan. Hey, Chauncey.
Right,
hey, what's up?
And viruses cannot live in the air.
So how
viruses live in living hosts. And if we paid attention in the 10th and 9th grade with our science and our biology, we realized that viruses do not live in air and on things. They only live in living hosts.
Yeah. So how we started this conversation was I overheard your conversation, right? And I wasn't eavesdropping, but I did overhear a conversation, and I agree with you there are some people who are getting tested, there are people who are afraid to get tested, and there's just not enough information about the tests, right? So there are some of us who are kind of steering clear of that. But there was one young lady whose video went viral, and she, went to the physician. She went to get tested for what we're calling COVID, right? What we're calling COVID. And the physician told her that he's just going to put COVID-19 on her test results. And she went off. She went off saying, you're not going to put that, on my test results. But here's a question that no one is asking. When did the change or the differentiation happen between the word corona and the term COVID-19? Right? Nobody is asking this question. What is the difference between corona and COVID-19? Right? So what I understand from COVID-19, it is an acronym. It is an acronym for Certificate of Vaccination ID. Right? So if your family member, or if a family member, or if a physician tells you that your family member has passed away from COVID-19, my question would be, well, what the hell is COVID-19? And what's the difference between corona and that? Are you telling me that my family member passed away from being vaccinated? Okay. Are you telling me that they have been vaccinated unwillingly, unknowingly, right? Not from corona, but COVID-19. So that is the question, people. The question to ask is, what is the difference between corona and COVID-19?
And what is actually in the vaccines? That is major. Most people are not investigating and studying what's inside a vaccine. And that's from even way back in the day. It's all poison.
That's right. And I'm remembering the AIDS virus. And, it was a virus. And it spread, they said, by having sexual contact. But I'm also wondering if it spread from those AIDS tests that they were giving, especially when they went into Africa to test people for AIDS, and the people started to die by the thousands once they started testing for AIDS in Africa. You can go back and look up for yourself. But you ask the people, our brothers and sisters who are there in Africa, about the AIDS virus, and they will let you know. They shut down their borders really fast because of the corona. Because they didn't want a second round of what they already experienced with the AIDS virus. And they saw so many people who lost their lives, so many people. And they knew that was something that could happen again.
Absolutely.
With trusting these people and their tests. So we just want everyone to be aware, to think for yourself.
Ask questions.
Don't just follow. Ask questions.
Do your research.
And take good care of yourself. You take care of your immune system. Eat right. Take some herbs. Keep your body clean. All of those types of things are going to help you more than trusting other people with your life.
We know what to do to heal ourselves. We know what to do to heal ourselves. We know what to do to be well. And here's another thing. We just ask. So the first question everybody's going to ask is, what is the difference between corona and COVID-19? Okay? Find out what that difference is. Ask questions. When did the terminology change from corona to COVID-19? And the other question is, when did it become normal? When did we normalize wearing masks as a way, right, to heal yourself?
Right.
If anything, that is counterproductive, right, to getting rid of a bacteria. What you're doing is, if there any virus or bacteria living in your body, you're keeping it in with masks, right? I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a Dr. Shiva Ayudari. Dr. Shiva Ayudari, MIT graduate, okay? He's got all the doctorates and licenses, that you're supposed to have. And even he's running for Senate in Massachusetts, but even he is putting out all of this information about how masks are counterproductive to your health and your well-being, right?
Yes.
So we are standing in solidarity for freedom, knowledge, and well-being, and sovereignty, individual sovereignty, all right? Do your research. Ask questions. What is the difference between corona and COVID? And do your research about masks.
Do your research about masks, and do your research about these vaccines that have been killing people forever, and this flu shot and all this stuff.
That's right.
We accept things too literally without doing our research.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Very important.
And most people who get the flu shot were known to get the flu.
Right. They're giving you the
On top of
sickness,
that,
right?
So, just
Here's the
think-
sickness.
Right.
Heal yourself, right?
Thank
we'll
you
do
all
that.
so
Thank
much
you.
for listening and joining in.
See you later, guys.
Peace and
It's a
love.
hot day in Hotlanta.
Take care.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace.